Well, hello there, my good faithful YouTube viewers and listeners. It is the Jered. Today's date is Monday, June 20th, 2022, day after Father's Day. I hope you all had a tremendous Father's Day. I hope you got to spend it with people you love and care about, particularly fathers or, single moms who've had to play both roles, that kind of thing. So I'm here today in this daily rant to talk about something that I pointed out in the Sunday video yesterday, if you watched that. Towards the end of the Sunday video, I had mentioned how I was going to record a new daily rant to talk about a registered sex offender from the state of Florida. He is currently interacting with children on Twitter. And I know this because the Twitter accounts are not private. The tweets aren't protected. I'm not on Twitter. Anybody can search, Twitter profiles without actually being signed up with Twitter, which is kind of what I like. But there's something of importance that I need to point out. And before I get on to that, I need to also address this video towards Julian Hicks and his mom, Carolyn Vetter Hicks. Now, I know we've had issues in the past, and I'm not here to attack Julian or his mom, but they need to be made aware. They need to be put on notice of this individual who was imprisoned for doing some horrible, horrible things to children. And so, because I'm not going to even mention his name, actually, I am going to mention his name. I take that back. I will mention his name. But first, I need for Julian and his mom to understand that this is not an attack on them. Yes, I have said some horrible things in the past about them, and, I was really hurt and upset, and I'm still upset about what happened in the past. But now, this is an actual concern regarding Julian and anyone else who's, in contact with this individual, whom of which is a sex offender. Many people may or may not know this. So this is very important stuff to get out there. So get your pencil and paper ready, because you're going to need to write this down. The Twitter handle of the person who is a registered sex offender in the state of Florida is at EHS54. Repeating, it's at, the at sign, E as in egg, H as in helium, S as in snake, 54. Now, the person who holds that Twitter account is named Eric Smith. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to see his profile picture on Twitter. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click on the link in the description of this video, which is the link to the official Florida Public Sex Offender Registry. You're going to follow the directions. You're going to click on search. You're going to type in the information. All you have to do is type in a first and last name, Eric Smith. And Mr. Smith will be the second person listed on the listings under that name. And you will see what he has done to children, what he was in prison for. I don't have to tell you. You're going to find out for yourself. And I would advise you, before you do all this, make sure there are no small children in the room, because the information, it's really just gross. So, again, the Twitter handle is at EHS54. And the name on the profile, the person behind that profile, is named Eric Smith. He is a registered sex offender in the state of Florida. Now, the reason I direct this video to Julian Hicks and his mom is because I believe that Julian may be interacting with this individual, and if his mom, I'm not saying she doesn't care, but if she actually cares enough to pay attention to what I'm saying here, then they can take appropriate action as necessary. And maybe with just a tiny speck of hope, I might earn some of their respect. I might. And I want to give them the benefit of the doubt on this. Maybe I'm naive in doing so, but you know what? Every dog has his day, so I just want people to be protected. I want people to be aware of this because this individual, he has done some very horrible things. He has violated children in a very disturbing way. And there's people out there who need to know who he is. And if you come across this account on Twitter, EHS54, you need to block him. Although, you know, if he's not doing anything on Twitter, just talking, I mean, he's not committing a sex crime, but it's the fact that he is a registered sex offender and he was in prison for violating children, and he should have no connections with children or anyone on social media. I mean, you're going to read what he was in prison for. Once you look up his profile information on the sex offender registry, your stomach is going to turn. Abso-fucking-lutely. And this guy continues to get away with having connections with children on Twitter and on Facebook, because I think he's on Facebook too. He has a YouTube channel. You know, I just want for people to be safe, and they may not otherwise understand. Now, see, in Canada, they don't have a public sex offender registry as we do here in the United States. So Julian and his mom may not be aware of what's going on with this guy or anybody who may potentially be a registered sex offender. Mind you, I'm not on there because I would never do that to a child, first of all. And secondly, I've never been in jail or prison. I don't have warrants. I don't have any of that going on. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not that type of guy. But I can assure you that here in the States, we do have a public sex offender registry. Canada does not. Canada's sex offender registry stays with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, I believe, if I understood correctly. So that's not public information. That stays with the police. So Julian and Carolyn, please just heed my warning. I know I'm not your favorite person. I know I've said a lot of stupid, mean, horrible things about you two. But I was angry and frustrated, and maybe perhaps a small part of me still is, because, you know, I would never hurt anybody. But now is the time that you really need to pay attention to what I'm telling you. And that goes for anybody else who's listening to this and may otherwise be connected with this Eric Smith on Twitter or Facebook. Because the profile picture will correspond with that on the sex offender registry if you look at his Twitter profile picture. Now, I can imagine now, after all is said and done, after this Daily Rant recording, these profiles are going to be protected. I can almost guarantee or predict that. There may be a lot of that going on where now we're going to protect our tweets because Jered, the bad guy. No, you're talking to the actual fucking bad guy. And I need for you to understand that. Now, granted, I could do away with the F-bombs and all that other extra stuff, but this is me putting an exclamation point on something serious, and people need to be aware. Now, Carol and Julian, both of you, I invite you to contact me. The email address on my YouTube channel can be uncovered only on a computer, so if you have a computer, you just go to the About tab section of this YouTube channel. You scroll down to the bottom and you uncover my email address. If you would like to get in contact with me directly, please do. This is urgent stuff. Or if you have Facebook, you can look for the bird. That's my profile picture on Facebook. My name is Jered Fuller, of course. And message me. You can private message me. And I don't want to engage in name calling or any of that stuff. I just want to talk. Please. This is important stuff to know. You need to be aware. You need to be put on notice. This is serious stuff going on here. But now shifting my attention back to Eric Smith. Now this isn't slander, because like I said, slander would be if I, had printed off, which it's illegal. I can't print off, pictures of his face. I can't even print off the sex offender profile picture and nail it to trees or signposts or utility poles or anything like that. It's illegal. Excuse me, it's illegal. So I can't do that. But what I can tell you is that this person, this individual, is a pedophile, and that's not slander because I'm stating a fact. He was in prison for violating children sexually, and people need to be aware. So this is going to be a brief daily rant recording because I have other things I have to get to today. But once again, in closing, the Twitter handle is EHS54. Repeating, EHS54. That is the Twitter handle. Julian, no hard feelings, buddy. I'm just trying to look out for you. I know I'm not your favorite person, but come on, man. Let's just get beyond that and, focus on this. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. Carolyn, the same. Please just heed my warning, okay? Please just reach out to me on Facebook or email me. Get in contact with me, please. This is important stuff. This guy is a creep. He has lots of connections with kids on Twitter. And I'm pretty sure he's friends with lots of people on Facebook who have kids. He's a real creep, so just be aware. And that goes for anybody else listening to this. Like I said, just be aware. Just be aware of what you're getting yourself into. But anyway, that's going to be probably the quickest daily rant in the history of my daily rants. My name is Jered Fuller, a.k.a. Jered Bear, and I will see you guys next time. So until then, toodaloo!